Hey everybody, it's your boy OP Casual. How is everybody doing tonight? Tonight I'm going to give you a non-sneak Bloody Commando build for beginners. This is also raid ready. You can take this in the raid. If you look at my health, I would suggest keeping your rads around halfway mark where you're just getting the +1 mark. And then once you start getting more comfortable with it, you can get it to where it's just hitting your +2 mark for unyielding, where you're getting the +2 effects. But I'll get into the armor here in a little while. Um, and then, like I said, when you get more comfortable, you can keep your health down lower, and then go from there. I will go through the special points, special cards, mutations, gear, everything that I use, and then I'll give you the in-game build with all the cards that you're going to end up on unlocking as you end up unlocking your legendary cards and ranking them up. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. As you see, this is our beginner raid commando. It has 25 unallocated specials. That is to compensate for the fact that I have 5 of these special cards unlocked. You're going to want to get agility, perception, luck, strength, and endurance. It don't matter what order you unlock these in. If you're doing the raid, you do want to have Funky Duds though first. And get that ranked up as much as you can. Don't worry if you can't get it ranked up any more than just one. You just have to get more poison resist second star legendary mods for your armor. They're easy to come by, or not really easy, but they're fairly common to come by in players' camps, and they're fairly cheap as well. I see them all the time for 3,000 caps. I never really ever see them over 5. So you just grab up a few of those, depending on if you have what ranks you have in here. Once I get in the armor, I'll go how many you'll need, depending on how many ranks you have unlocked. But like I said, with these, you don't matter what order you unlock these in. You can adjust your special points to compensate for what perks you want to unlock. Other than that, let's jump into this special distribution. We got 7 in strength, 7 perception, 12 endurance, 5 charisma, 4 intelligence, 8 agility, and 13 luck. In strength, you got 3 blocker, we take less melee damage, 2 to bandolier, or ballistic ammo weighs less, and 2 arms keeper, rifles weigh less. Perception, we got rank 1 concentrated fire, rats target limbs, rank 1 master commando, and then we got 2 commando and rank 1 expert commando. These are going to increase our automatic rifle damage. We got rank 2 tank killer. This is our rifles going to ignore enemies armor. Then moving on to endurance, we got rank 2, life giver, gain more max HP per point in endurance. Rank 1, iron stomach, increased damage and energy resistances based on endurance while not diseased. Max HP based on endurance while not diseased. Radical, greater rads, greater the strength. Rank 1, starch genes, never mutate from rads, and Radaway never cure our mutations. Rank 2, through hiker, food and drink rates reduced. Rank 1, natural resistance, increased elemental resistances based on endurance while not diseased. Rank 3, fireproof, take less fire and explosion damage. And next we got charisma, rank 2, field surgeon. Stim packs and radaways will work much more quickly. And then rank 3, suppressor, reduce your target's damage output for 30% for 2 seconds after you attack. If you're using this build out in the world, I'll suggest dropping suppressor and unlocking or using your tenderizer. But raid, definitely suppressor. As you unlock more of your legendary perk cards, you're eventually going to be unlocking your tenderizer anyways. Moving on to intelligence, we got rank 3, nerd rage, while below 20% health, gain 40 damage resist, 20% damage, and 15% AP regen. Rank 1, first aid, stim packs restore more HP based on your intelligence. Agility, we got rank 1, evasive, chance to evade attacks based on agility, no power armor. Rank 1, born survivor, problem below 20% health will automatically use a stim pack once every 20 seconds. Rank 3, dodgy, avoid 30% of incoming damage at a cost of 30 action points per hit. And then we got rank 2, action points, action boy. Action points regenerate 30% faster. This is so we can keep up with dodgy and our VATS crits when we're doing damage. We will want to drop this card once you get more comfortable with using your food buffs and keeping your health a little lower to utilize more of your special points that you get from unyielding. You will use less points, action points in your VATs as your agility gets higher. So you can drop this, and like I said, I'll show you the end game build, what you want to strive for. And then you got rank 1 Gun Fu. This is going to be VAT swaps targets on kill with the plus 10% damage to your next target. And then finally we got Luck. Rank 3 better criticals, VATs crits do more damage. Rank 1 Serendipity, while below 30% health, gain a chance to evade based on luck. No power armor. We got Rick Run, Ricochet. Gain a chance to deflect range attacks based on luck. Rank 1 4 Leaf Clover, misses and VATs now contribute to your critical meter based on your luck. Rank 3 Critical Savvy, critical hits now consume 55% of your critical meter. Rank 1 Junk Shield, gain resistances based on your luck and the amount of junk held. You do want to hold 100 pieces of junk to utilize the full resistances of this card. If you're doing the raid, I would suggest just grabbing 100 of your junk that weighs the less amount of rate. For me, it's loose screws out of the scrap box. It weighs 0.03 pounds. If you're out in the world, I would suggest using Vault Steel. It weighs a few 0.0 more pounds more, but you won't drop it on death. In raid, you won't drop it on death. And then finally, we got Good Result Rank 3. Food in your inventory will spoil 9% slower. Now, you can utilize this for something else if you're not utilizing food off the in the beginning. I do have a food farming guide. It's a bit long, but you can skip ahead and whatever. But I'll try to put out a more condensed version in the near future. But yeah, this will help keep our food good for longer, so we're not worrying about having to farm all the time. Or you can get another character, alternate character, with this card, and then do one big cook-off, and then just store all of it on that character, and then just withdraw as you need. Like I said, I'll give you some other cards that you can put in its place, but in the end game, mostly it's just quality of life cards from there. Anything else is just either a very minuscule amount of damage or tankiness or just quality of life. But here's our end game raid Commando build. In the strength, we added Traveling Pharmacy rank 3. If you do go through this route, this is just me maxing out my carry rate along, but I won't do it where I'm losing out on damage. So right now, this is maximized to carry rate and putting out full damage, or as much damage as you just about can. Like I said, I'll give you some other options if you don't want to use that card. In Perception, you've maxed out your Commando cards, your Expert, and your Master to rank 3. You maxed out your Tank Killer to rank 3. And then you're going to add Ground Pounder. You start off rank 1, and then you stop at rank 2, because that's all there's room for. This is going to increase our rifle reload speed. In Endurance, this is the Flex card as well. It's rank 3, Chem Fiend. Chems to take last 100% longer. If you don't want to use this, I suggest still trying to keep these points in Endurance. You can use Cola Nut if you have a lot of Nuka-Colas that you wanted to use. Ghoulish. Really, I guess you can utilize that. If you don't have chems to really utilize in the raid, use that. You don't take really any radiation damage in the raid, or in round 4 you do have a chance to get diseased, or if you're not out in the open world, you can use this card as well. This will increase disease resistances based on endurance. It's definitely a nice card to have, so you can do like rank 2 Chem Fiend and rank 1 Vaccinated during round 4. Other than that, moving on. Charisma, we had picked up, like I said, rank 3 tenderizer. You start off rank 1 and work your way up. It's going to make our target receive more damage after each attack. And then you're going to get rank 3 party boy. Positive effects of pre-war alcohol are tripled. You can start with rank 2 with just double. And then finally rank 2 happy-go-lucky. Your luck is increased by 3 while under the influence of alcohol. You can start with rank 1 with only +2. Intelligence, nothing's changed. Agility, you just want to max out your gun through ranks to 3. That swaps targets on kill with a +10, 30, and then 60% damage to your next 3 targets. If you're utilizing this build out in the open world, I would suggest dropping your suppressor and your field surgeon cards, and equipping your adrenaline card. Gain plus 10% max 60% damage for 30 seconds per kill, and it refreshes with kills. So use that in the open world. In the raid, you don't have many enemies to really utilize this, and aside from like 2 rounds, but it's still not really worth it over trying to be more tanky units. So yep, utilize those. And then in luck, these are 2 flex cards. You got rank 1, luck of the draw, slight change to weapon repair itself and hit an enemy. In the raid, you're going to be repairing your weapons quite a bit, so any chance to lessen that will result in less time you have to stop and repair your weapons, or less resources, all that good stuff. And then again, another flex card, rank 1 curator, benefits of bobbleheads and magazines, lasts twice as long. If you have magazines and bobbleheads, it's just min-maxing. It's unnecessary. It's just to squeeze out a little bit more damage. But I would just suggest using them on raids or hard content. Which really, the raids is really the only really challenging content in the game. A few events can be pretty challenging as well. But yeah, and they're not as common either. So you want to get as max benefit as you can out of them, so get double duration from them. Can't go wrong. Now, this isn't set up for energy weapons. If you did want to use energy weapons, unfortunately you have to wait until you get more of your legendary perks unlocked. Right now we are utilizing the chemist backpack, and then in game we utilize high capacity backpack and use this card. But you will not get this card. You can stay with the chemist backpack. You can drop Chem Fiend, and you can drop Curator and Luck of the Draw. And that's the 8 cards that you're going to need. And this is going to make it so that you can use both ballistic and energy weapons. You're going to get rank 2 batteries included for energy weapon ammo raised less. Then you're going to grab the 3 science cards. Science rank 2, Science Expert rank 2, and Science Master rank 2. These are going to increase our energy damage. So as you see, those 4 cards equal 8 points. And then we got 8 points right here ready to go for it. But like I said, you have to unfortunately wait until you unlock more of your special cards for that. So that's that. If you did want more quality of life cards, here's more points that you can use elsewhere. Like I said, if you're not utilizing the energy commando and you're trying to help out your team more, you can get team medic, or any cards that help out your teammate. Team medic is just when you use a stim pack, you also heal your teammates. Strange in numbers for positive mutation effects are 25% stronger if teammates are mutated too. This will, increase our mutations by a little bit, our damage, just by a tad bit. But with me, like I said, with rare weight spikes, they weigh a ton. I carry a lot of food, chems, and a lot of weapons. I like options. So that's how I utilize. But other than that, if you did want to use something else in luck, you can also opt for a rank 2 in Bloody Mist plus 10% bonus damage, or rank 2 class freak. The negative effects of our mutations are reduced by 50%. This isn't really as worth it because we're only really losing out on some strength, and we lose a little bit out on health. But yeah, it helps out a little bit with the carry rate, and a little bit gives us back a little bit of our health. Other than that, it's not really much else that's going to be worth it to us. Go ahead and put these cards back so I don't forget about it later. And we'll go and jump into the mutations. Now remember, one of our mutations requires us to be on a team, but you don't have to have anybody on your team. You still get the benefits for being by yourself on the team. You just go and create public team, and that's it. As you see with me right now, I'm the only one on my team, and that's for this one mutation, herd mentality. It's going to give us added special while on the team, but without it, it's going to give us negative special. Alright, starting from the top now. Adrenal reaction. Damage increases as HP decreases. Bird bones, added agility and reduced fall speed. Chameleon, you can ignore, it has no negatives, so I figured why not. Eagle eyes, added perception, added crit damage. Herbivore, times 2 the benefits from veggies, but we can no longer benefit from meat products. Like I said, herd mentality, added special. Marsupial, added carry rate and jump height. Plague Walker, again like Chameleon, it's just a freebie with no negatives, so you don't need it. Speed Demon, added reload speed and movement speed. Moving on to our weapons, you can use fixers, handmaids, ray rifles, assault rifles, combat rifles, anything automatic rifles. But like I said, the rifle or the fixer, the handmade, and the ray rifle are going to be like your best ballistic ones. Energy weapons are like Tesla rifles, plasma rifles, enclave plasma rifles, laser rifles, stuff of that nature. For their first star legendary effect, of course you're going to want Bloodied. Anti-armor works, quad works, especially on ray rifle. The only one you want is quad. All the other ones would be useless for ray, because you only get 10 spikes, and then you would have to reload just about more times than not, so it wouldn't be worth it. You can use vampires if you're wanting more survivability. This will restore 2% health over 2 seconds when you hit a target, and with us spitting out so many bullets so fast, it's just constant healing. So that's those. For the second star, you either going to want plus 25% weapon speed or plus 50% crit damage. Right here. If you're doing events and trying to, get points, XP for as many enemies as you can, and make sure you're count it for each enemy that before they die, and try to get as many as you can. Explosive is good for tagging them, so projectiles explode for 20% weapon damage. But other than that, when I'm just trying to crank out damage, it's the other two. And for the last star, it's the same all the way across the board. For the third star, the minus 25% action point cost. And then finally, now moving on to our armor, we have, you want a full set of unyielding for the first star. Now the armor itself, you want Secret Service armor. If you haven't unlocked that yet, you're going to want the next heavy armor that you can get your hands on. Combat armor, scout armor, anything that offers you as high of ballistic and energy resistances as you can get. And then of course you want ultra light build on all the armor pieces. Ultra light build, and if it's the Secret Service armor, you want butt vest, and then if it's the other armor that you have, you want to unlock the one that's going to provide you the most resistances from it. And then moving on, for the jetpack or for the chest piece though, you do want to use jetpack instead of ultra light build. That way we can jump and get out of sticky situations. It definitely helps in round 4 as well, because there's things that chase you in round 2 too, to get up out of the way. The mole miners one shot you, so you want to get out of the way, be able to get away fast. And then for the second star, like I said, depending on your funky duds, how many ranks you got unlocked to that. If you only got one, you want a full all 5 pieces with poison resist. If you only got 1 rank unlocked, then you can do, I'll probably still keep it at 5, maybe 4. If you got it almost like 3, almost max ranked out, I would suggest only keeping 2 or 3 with poison resist on it. And then with the other 2 remaining pieces, you can slap on endurance, or 1 or 2 pieces you can slap on endurance for the second star, and this is going to increase some of our perk cards since they scale off it. And then for the third star, you're going to want Cavaliers on 3 pieces, 75% chance to reduce damage by 15% while sprinting. We do run quite a bit in some of these rounds. And then for this other 2 pieces, this is a flex spot, especially right now because it's bugging out. So right now I have 2 sentinels. It's 75% chance to reduce damage by 15% while not moving. Now this will either work the 75% of the time, or the 25% of the time it would be like you're not wearing that armor piece at all. You will have 0 resistances all the way across the board for that armor piece. But with our remaining armor pieces and our perk cards, it's not the end of the world. We'll just take a few less hits. Not a big deal. And like you say, if you didn't want to do that, you could opt for some weapon rate reduction mods. Get like 2 or 3 of those, depending on how many poison resist mods you wanted to keep, and how many or that you can drop from having funky duds. But if you want it, you go ahead with those weapon rate reductions and drop Arms Keeper, and that way you can go ahead and utilize like I said, with the more quality of life cards, or if you haven't unlocked some of the ranks in the legendary perk cards yet, you can go ahead and dump them somewhere else with the cards that that you haven't unlocked yet, like more Commando ranks and stuff like that. Other than that, that will do it for our armor. For our apparel, like I said, you're going to want the Chemist Backpack, 90% chem rate reduction. And then once you unlock the last card, which is going to be your Traveling Pharmacy rank 3, you're going to switch it over to High Capacity Classes Backpack. That's going to give us another extra 60% carry weight. Like I said, you don't have to have that. You can use other cards if you want. This is just so I can maximize carry weight, but without losing out on too much damage. That's that. You're going to want the Shielded Secret Service Under Armor if you have gotten that. Like I said, you get the Secret Service from breaking into the vault with the Raiders or the Settlers. And you're going to want a friendly rank with the Raiders to get the Chemist Backpack on from the robot in the crater. And then the shielded or high capacity one you get from the vending machine, from the Scout vending machine, over from where you did the Scout or the Campfire Tales event. Other than that, if you don't have the Secret Service Under Armor yet, try to utilize any Under Armor that could offer you endurance, because like I said, some of our good tank cards come from endurance, so it will only help. But if you don't have that, utilize wherever you can. For our food, we are going to use Blight Soup for added crit damage. Brain Bombs or Brain Fungus Soup if you're doing XP farming. Both of those are going to increase our intelligence. Chalice Feed for increased luck. Canned coffee we're going to utilize. You pop 1 or 2 of these guys. If you start running low on AP and you're right back in the game, it regenerates it like instantly. Corn Soup for extra AP regen. Cranberry Jam for damage resist. Cranberry Relish for bonus XP from when you farming and XP, not doing the raid. You got Fire Cap Soup or Fire Cap Tasty Shuffled. This one requires more ingredients and a little rarer ingredients to make. But they both offer energy resist, just one little more than the other. Golden Fungus Soup for rad resist. In the raid you don't take much rad damage, so it's not really needed. Infused Soapflower Tea, max AP, or you can use Simple Soapflower Tea for half the AP. It requires less rarer ingredients to make. And then we got Mut Fruit Juice, which is added agility, or you can use Steep Melon Blossom Chai, which is double the agility, but it requires melon blossoms, which are you can only get but so many of them, so they're a little bit rare to get. And then you're going to want Silk Bean Soup for extra endurance. Steep Fernflower Tea for extra strength. Then you got Sweet Potato Stew for extra health regen. Sweetwater Special Blend for extra perception. And Potato Salad for max HP. You get this recipe from Graham's Meat Week. You might be able to find it in the player camp. Or you can go and try to find some pumpkin pies out in the world that would do the same thing as potato salad. Other than that, that's it for the food. For the aid, for the bobblehead, you're going to want small guns or energy guns. For this one offers ballistic gun damage, or the energy one's going to offer energy crit damage. Not necessary, it's just going to give you a little bit more damage, not much. Or a leader for bonus XP if you're out there farming. Magazines, my go-to is Guns and Bullets 3 for ballistic gun crit damage. There's also Guns and Bullets that offer it for energy guns and for plasma guns. And there's a few in Tesla rifle that does the same for energy crit and all that, so you can utilize any of those. Lunchbox, you want to use 4 of these if you're farming XP, again for 100% XP. Psycho Buff, Psycho Tats in the raid. These will both give you damage and some form of damage resistance. Psycho Tats 15% damage resist and 25% damage. Psycho Buff is added damage, added strength, but it's going to give us more endurance and health. Like I said, some of our cards offer endurance. Good. Or if you just wanted to use basic, just damage resist. Anything you have at your disposal, use. If you're out in the world and you're concerned about the radiation damage, you can take Irradiated Blood Pack, plus 75 rad resist. You can get these if you have the Morbid Well in your camp. Or I think you can craft them with glowing blood or something like that. Or you can go with Rad Shield, plus 300 rad resist for 15 minutes. Now, this is a little harder to make, but you can usually get a good little flow of these if you have the Apothecary in your camp. For the Stringer Bloom, you grab that and craft these at the chemist workbench, and you're in business. Scout's Banner, if you're using this build outside the raid to pick you up if you're downed. In the raid, once you're dead, there's no down state. And that would be it for the chems. Like I said, you want to hold 100 pieces of junk to maximize your junk shield. And I believe that is it. This was your boy, OP Casual. I hope you found today's video helpful and informative. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.